All of us know that when the British entered Africa and entered Nigeria specifically, it was easy for them to rule and control the north that was majorly dominated by Hausa Fulani people and the south that was majorly dominated by Yoruba people, because they had a central way of rulership. Their central way of rulership is very strong. You see, this is a situation where one person has power and rulership over every other persons. But when they came to southern part of Nigeria, it was difficult for them because Igbo people and some other minor tribe in the southern eastern part of Nigeria had a decentralized way of rulership. What that means is that the Igbos and other minor tribes had council of elders, age-grade groups. This simply means that one person does not have to make decision on behalf of every other person. There must be a unison in decision making before any other thing can be carried out. So in this video, we are going to be talking about how Biafra people resisted British colonization and also what caused Biafra war. If you want to learn, stay tuned. I will be right back. Before Nigeria gained independence in 1960, the truth is that it was easy for the British colonial masters to gain authority and control over the southern part of Nigeria and northern part of Nigeria, but it was very difficult for them when it came to southeastern part of Nigeria. What happened is that at every turn that the British colonial master turned in southern part of Nigeria, they met resistance from the people, because the people do not want anybody who will come into their land and tell them what to do. You take their resources, you also control their economy and subjugate them to hard labor without pay, and you kill their people. So what do you expect in return? What you get by doing that is resistance, right from Mbise to Nsukka to Anioma. Virtually everywhere they went in Igbo land, they met resistance. But then this lingered until they were able to overpower every area in Igbo land, every community in Igbo land. But you know, because they have more sophisticated weapon and more men, more soldiers. But then at a point, it was the British colonial masters that were in government, that were in power, until it lingered till 1960 when Nigeria got its independence. When Nigeria got its independence, there was a kind of tension from the southwest to the southeast to the northwest. So every tribe was trying to be in power, and the north were scared that the southeastern part of the Nigeria wants to take the power, while the southeastern people are afraid that the southwest wants to take the power. There was first military coup in Nigeria, where it was perceived that majorly young Igbo military men were involved in overthrowing the current government. The truth is that most of the young military men who involved in this coup were not only Igbo people, other tribes were involved also. But because it was majorly Igbo soldiers, that was the reason why the northern part of Nigeria felt that this was Igbo's approach to take over the power and to control the resources of Nigeria. So what it resulted is that the Hausa Fulani people started killing Igbos in Kano, Zaria and Kaduna, in the northern part of Nigeria. They started killing them in their numbers. So when the Igbos felt unsafe in the country, they started leaving southern part of Nigeria back to their homeland, which is the southeast part of Nigeria. And so at the long run, when it seems like things were getting out of hands, Ojukwu declared Biafra. And when Ojukwu declared the state of Republic of Biafra, the Nigerian government saw it as a challenge to divide the country. I want you to know that before Ojukwu declared the state of Republic of Biafra on May 30th, 1967, that the then military head of state refused to keep to the agreement that was held at Aburu, Ghana, that each region should be given more power to control themselves and their resources. So when all of these things happened, instead of Nigeria to sit back and be watching, they responded with war. At first, the Biafra troops were overcoming. They even came close to the mid-western part of Nigeria and to Lagos. But shortly, the tide turned around against the Biafra troops, because the strategy that the Nigerian government used was to cut off anything that has to do with food supply. So when their food supply was cut off, the people were barely surviving. And because of that, the Nigerian government were now overcoming and overpowering the Biafra troops. The amazing thing is that even at that, the Biafra troops and Biafra people stood their ground, resisted the fight. Now, they now used local made technologies. They even built their own local bomb called Obunigo. And then they used Radio Biafra to broadcast hope and defiance to the people. Some African countries supported Biafra, countries like Tanzania, Gabon, and Cote d'Ivoire, while most strong nations supported Nigeria. But all of this did not stop the fight. The people kept fighting. The Biafra troop kept surviving. Now, it now moved from just fight to survival. One of the major tools that the Nigerian government used to defeat the Biafra troops was starvation, as they blocked food and medicine from reaching the people, so the people were dying of hunger. City was burning. The Nigerian government were overpowering and outmatching the Biafra troops. So on June 9th, 1970, Ojukwu fled the country to Cote d'Ivoire, while his deputy, General Philip Effiong, now surrendered to the Nigerian government. When the war was over, the wounds were still remaining in the hearts of the people. But then, what would they do? Even till today, the southeastern part of Nigeria and its citizens are still treated like second-hand citizens in their own country. Yes, the Nigerian government declared that there was no victor and no vanquished, but the properties of the people were seized. And even the money that they have in the bank, no matter the amount of money you have in the bank, they were only giving £20. Finally, the war ended, but the wounds of the war still remain in the hearts of the people. The idea of Biafra have not died, because groups like IPOB, led by Nnamdi Kanu, have also risen to fight or to begin where the ancestors has ended. Meanwhile, let me know what you think about this story, because the story of Biafra resistance or succession is a story of resilience, is a story of hope, and it's a story of a people who are seeking to be heard and to be treated like first-class citizens in their own country. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you for always coming back to watch our videos. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel so that you'll be the first to be notified anytime we drop a video, and like this video so that YouTube can show it to more people. My name is Uche and this is GSTV.